Well, greetings for color fans and welcome back here to Metalrug's channel. And today I have a little retrospective of sorts, or going through a title. I don't have a complete set of this, so it's not a complete set, not my complete set video series, but it is the the Many Ghosts of Dr. Graves from Charlton, which started back in 1967. And it ran 75 issues, although the latter half were all reprints, but I'll get into that in a bit. So Dr. Graves, as you can see, this gentleman here with the pipe and the goatee, it was the host of this title. And I did a video sometime back where Charlton, all their horror titles had hosts. And he often, well, not often, every once in a while he would be involved in the story, or, tangentially. Sometimes, a few times actually, where he was actually a participant. But his name was M.T. Graves. I'm not exactly sure what M.T. what it stands for. I don't remember them talking about. So that's number 8. Here is 9. You can see he's featured prominently on the covers. But again, he was, 90% of the time he was just the host. Here is number 10. This was a remastered copy, so I printed out the top and put it on there just so you could have a semblance of what the whole cover comes to. And there's 18. I'm still working on that top part, so it's just a black and white. But there's 18. So that's kind of out of order because, again, I'm working on those. And here is number 11. You can see that this is a Steve Ditko cover. And in this title, Steve Ditko did a lot of the art and some of the writing. Here's number 13. And in fact, in Charlton, in this title, and in Charlton horror comics, they're mostly anthologies. There are some exceptions to that, like some of the Sanho Kim complete stories. Here we have number 15, and another Ditko here in number 16. But they had quite a lineup of creative, really good talented creators. Steve Ditko, Pat Boyette. Steve Skeets did some of the writing. Later on, we got, of course, Sanho Kim, Wayne Howard, John Byrne, Jim Aparo. I think this is an Aparo cover here. Could be wrong about that, but I think that is an Aparo cover. That looks like an Aparo to me. And here is 21. Nice, very nice. So, again, you had a lot of really great creators, and these Charltons that in the past did not get a lot of love, but now I see that they're being highly collected. But they're kind of tough to find. 22, another Ditko cover. 23, that's Sanho Kim on that one. Recognize that for sure. Again, I've picked up a lot of these throughout the years in the cheap bins. Conventions and LCSs, things like that. Here's number 26. And another Ditko there, number 29. Ditko was, again, he was all over these. Probably every, if not every other issue, he had, some art in it. Here we have 32. Really nice. Notice it says all new up here, because later on they do have partial reprints, and then they go to all reprints. Very cool voodoo cover there, if you're into that. And here we have 35. From the Gallows to the Grave. Here's another Sanho Kim. I recognize that. Very nice, very nice. Again, I do enjoy most of the stories in these. Sometimes it's hit or miss, right? But anthologies, sometimes they're 6 or 8 pages long, so sometimes they don't get too much in depth. I know a Ditko cover there, I do believe. And I think Tom Sutton, that's another one I didn't mention there, but he did a lot of covers and art in this. I think that's a Tom Sutton cover. All right, let's go to the second half here of the comics that I have. Not really going for the whole set or anything like that, because again, they're just tough to find in the wild. But if I find them, I pick them up. Even if it's a double, I'll make sure somebody gets it there. So we have 40, sorry, dark cover there. Really cool here, 42. That might be Tom Sutton as well. Yep, right there you can see Tom Sutton. Yep, really, really cool. The use of colors and shadowing and light there. Joe Staton is another one that I didn't mention. Favorite of mine. This is one of his covers. I met him at Heroes Con last year. That's definitely a Tom Sutton in 45. Look at that face there. Kind of looks like Rob Cheap Comic Collector when he sees that his comics are getting mangled or something. Just kidding. Rob is a buddy and a good friend. And here's another Sanho Kim cover, The Possessor. There's his signature right there. Or his mark, I suppose. And this is a Wayne Howard cover. I know this one well. Again, really some really great talent on this, and kind of was not appreciated at the time, but I certainly appreciate it, and a lot of other people have as well recently. And look at that. Oof. Yeah. Number 50. It's getting a good look at that. Earlier issues are kind of in the rough shape. I think I found those, in those cheap bins long ago, and so I have to be working on them and get them a little bit more presentable. I'm not sure if this is a Rich Larson cover. He also did a lot of art for Charlton, and somebody you don't hear because I don't know if he worked for anybody else. But a pretty good artist. That's a John Byrne cover right there. Recognize that one with the eye, that monster, huge monster, and that guy with the harpoon. Yeah, it's not going to go well, I don't think. And here is number 53. Did I put those separate? Yeah, that should have been first, 53 and then 54. But oh well, you get the gist. And is that a Staton? Yeah, that's a Staton cover as well. Okay, very nice. Okay, I'm trying to keep this under 10 minutes. Mike Zeck is another one. Yeah, I forgot about him. Well, I didn't forget about him, but I forgot he did some in this title as well. There's a good Zeck cover for you on 56. Another Ditko there on 58. I think this is a Rich Larson cover here on 59. Yeah, let's see. He does sign. Yep, there it is. Larson right there. Yep. And this is a Ditko here. This is still saying all new. So very soon, though, they'll be going to partial reprints. And here, I think they don't have all new. So they're going to partial reprints. Probably the first story or maybe two were original. And then the rest were reprints. And then you're going to see a change in the price because it went on hiatus for several years, 3 years, I think. And then after that, it was all reprints. Yeah, right there. See how it moved from... This is number 65, 35 cents, right? 1978. And here it went to 69, 1981. So there was a 3-year hiatus, and now these are all reprints inside. From this title and, of course, Ghostly Tales, Scary Tales, Ghost Manor, etc. So, and then the last 3 issues were even further in the future, 1984, 85. And those were all reprints. It's kind of rebranded here as just Dr. Graves, but it's reprints of many Ghosts of Dr. Graves. There were only 3 of those. That was 73, 74, and 75, and that's the last issue of Dr. Graves, or the mini Ghost of Dr. Graves. So I just thought I'd do a quick video here and just show you this title. Let me know if you have any of these or read any of these, have any opinion about them. Again, to me, they're hit or miss, but certainly they have a lot of really talented creators on them, and some of the stories are quite good, and others are, meh, take it or leave it kind of things, a little bit on the silly side. All right, everybody, that's everybody. All right, everyone, thank you for tuning in here. I'll get out of here and see you hopefully on Saturday on Gray Man's channel for Cover Slingers. I'll be on there. And then, of course, for my Tuesday light stream at around 5:30 p.m. All right, buddy. Be kind to each other. Be blessed. Be back. Bye.